Once upon a time, wrestling was a way of life in Africa. Every weekend, living rooms and street corners came alive with chants of The Rock says and
No, it's not! Yes!
But somewhere along the way, the excitement dimmed.
Into the cover! Hooks the leg! The streak is over!
And the viewership declined. What happened? In the early 2000s, WWE was a household name across Africa. Free-to-air stations like KBC in Kenya, NTA in Nigeria, and SABC in South Africa made sure that every home, rich or poor, could witness the spectacle of the squared circle. We cheered, we debated, we wrestled in the backyards. Wrestling was ours. Then suddenly everything changed. WWE moved to pay-per-view TV. Gone were the free broadcast that united communities. If you did not have SuperSport on DSTV, you were left out. Just like that, wrestling became a luxury only accessible to those who could afford it. For many, it was the beginning of the end. Without easy access, the connection faded. Other sports, especially football, took over. The chants of John Cena's "You Can't See Me" were replaced with Cristiano Ronaldo's. The streets belonged to football, and wrestling's grip on Africa loosened. But was it the TV deal? No. There was another problem. WWE had legends like The Rock, but how many true African wrestlers were in the spotlight? Without local heroes, the connection weakened. Meanwhile, WWE barely made efforts to tour Africa or build a homegrown audience. Unlike in the US, where fans accept wrestling as a sport entertainment, many African audience felt deceived. They turned to sports with real competition like boxing and MMA. Without the illusion of reality, wrestling lost its grip on the audience. Many African parents saw wrestling as a dangerous influence on their kids. Inspired by their favorite superstars, children often tried to recreate moves at home or in school, sometimes leading to real injuries. Some schools even banned discussions about WWE, saying it was a violent and a negative influence. With this growing perception, many children were forced to turn away from wrestling entirely. The Attitude Era was filled with controversial segments, half-naked women, profanity, and shocking storylines. African parents, who are generally conservative, saw it as inappropriate for children. As a result, many either banned wrestling in their homes or discouraged their kids from watching it. Over time, as WWE toned down its content to more family-friendly PG era, many fans had already moved on. By then, the damage was done and wrestling had lost a significant portion of its African audience. The numbers don't lie. WWE's focus shifted elsewhere, and Africa became an afterthought. Could things change? Maybe. A new generation of African wrestlers is rising and independent promotion are making waves, but will WWE return to its former glory on the continent? Only time will tell. Is wrestling completely dead in Africa? No, the love still exists. It just needs a spark. More African wrestlers, better access to wrestling content, and real investment in the continent could change everything. Pro wrestling is making a significant comeback in Africa, with the independent promotion like soft ground wrestling in Uganda gaining traction. SGW, which initially operated without a proper ring, recently received a major support from WWE's Cody Rhodes, recognizing their passion and dedication. Rhodes personally funded the professional wrestling ring for SGW, ensuring that the promotion could elevate its performances and provide a safer environment for its wrestlers.
Hello, this is the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, and I just wanted to send a quick message to my friends at SGW Soft Ground Wrestling Uganda. You guys need a proper wrestling ring. You need one for your stories and to be able to do what you do. You got to be welcomed into the wrestling business in the right way. You need a proper ring. It is on me. My gift to you. The wrestling business has literally given me everything in my life that I could possibly dream of, and I would just like to give something back to you guys. Welcome you officially into this big wide world of pro wrestling. I can't wait to see what you do with it. Enjoy it.
This boost has been instrumental in growing wrestling's popularity in Africa, especially with SGW actively posting matches on YouTube, allowing their talents to reach a global audience. The promotion has also received support from wrestlers like Will Ospreay and Jordynne Grace, showing that the global wrestling community is taking notice. With increased visibility and financial backing, African wrestling is set to flourish, giving local talent a platform to shine while fostering unity and excitement across the continent. Until then, we hold on to the memories, the attitude era, the rivalries, the moment that made us jump from our seats. Wrestling may not rule Africa like it once did, but for those who remember, it will always be part of us.